Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your second and final video blog of the night for Saturday, September 19th, 2015, around 7:25 in the evening, Billerica, Massachusetts. The sun went down. It was a very nice day, hot, a little bit humid for this time of year, and it was pretty good. Tomorrow is going to be the return of seasonable temperatures. I went to the Yankee Doodle homecoming weekend in Billerica, Massachusetts today, 25th annual, and it was pretty good. A great parade and stuff. Lots of organizations in town marched in the parade for the first time in since 2012. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica had a float, which was pretty good. Was so happy they had a float in the Yankee Doodle parade and stuff. Saw a couple of people I went to high school with, had fried dough, got a lot of freebies. It was pretty good. Tonight's the fireworks. I won't be going to it, but I will be watching it from my house. And this could be the last Yankee Doodle homecoming weekend in Billerica, because the people on the Yankee Doodle homecoming committee, their terms are expiring after this year, and they want new members, but nobody has stepped up to the plate, and it could be gone. Some news to report. The Boston Red Sox beat the Toronto Blue Jays by the score of 7-6. The St. Louis Cardinals are in the playoffs for the 5th straight year in a row. And 32 years ago today, the classic game show Press Your Luck made its debut on CBS, hosted by Peter Tamarkin. It lasted about 3 seasons on CBS. It was a cult classic. Big bucks, no whammy, stop! Press Your Luck is now on reruns on Game Show Network and Buzzer. That's about it on news. My second and final video blog subject of the night is my review of WCW Fall Brawl 1993. I'm going to start reviewing the Fall Brawls now because it's in September, and that's one of the biggest pay-per-views for like 8 years. And this fall in September, Fall Brawl, it was held at Houston's Astro Arena, which was adjacent to the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. And the main event was War Games between Sting, Davey Boy Smith, Dustin Rhodes, and the Shockmaster against Vader, Sid Vicious, and Harlem Heat, Kane, and Cole. And other great matches happened on this pay-per-view. There was one dark match, which was Eric Watts beating Beautiful Bobby Eaton with the STF. That was just shown to the crowd at Houston. And here are the matches that happened on pay-per-view, which was called by Tony Schiavone and Jesse the Body Ventura. The first match was for the WCW World Television Championship. It was Lord Steven Regal, the challenger, with Sir William, facing off against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who was the reigning television champion at the time. And this was a classic 17-minute match, back and forth, lots of great moves. Ending had Sir William hit Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with a umbrella, and then Steve Regal gives Ricky the Dragon Steamboat a German suplex into a bridge for 1, 2, 3. Steven Regal's the new WCW television champion. That was a great match, probably a great opener. The next match was Native American Charlie Norris facing off against Big Sky. This was only about a 3-minute match. Charlie Norris wins with a big kick to Big Sky for the 1, 2, 3. This wasn't a match to write home about. The next match was an unadvertised match. It was Too Cold Scorpio and Marcus Alexander Bagwell facing off against Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, and the Equalizer, who became David Sullivan. And this was a decent tag team match. Lasted 10 minutes. It was like the Too Cold Scorpio won when Paul Orndorff accidentally hit the Equalizer, and Too Cold Scorpio gave the Equalizer the 450 splash for the 1, 2, 3. And afterwards, Orndorff and the Equalizer beat up on Too Cold Scorpio and Marcus Alexander Bagwell. The next match was Ice Train facing off against Shanghai Pierce, who was a masked wrestler, and this was about a 4-minute match. Ice Train wins with a power slam. Afterwards, Tex Schlesinger tried to interfere, but Ice Train drove him off, along with Shanghai Pierce. They were tag teams. Tex Schlesinger, Shanghai Pierce, who eventually became the Godwins in WWE. The next match was for the WCW World Tag Team Championships. It was the Four Horsemen, 2 of them, Arn Anderson and Paul Roma, who were the WCW World Tag Team Champions, facing off against Nasty Boys, Knobs and Sags, and they had a surprise. It was Missy Hyatt. Missy Hyatt was in the corner of the Nasty Boys because Missy Hyatt was dissed by Nature Boy Ric Flair earlier in the year, and this was Missy Hyatt's revenge. And this was a classic 22-minute tag team match. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ending had Arn Anderson and Paul Roma give Knobs a double spine buster, but they had to get Arn Anderson out. The referee had to get Arn Anderson out of the ring because Roma was the legal man. And then Jerry Sags comes up with the elbow behind the referee's back off the top rope, knocks out Roma. Knobs pins him 1, 2, 3, and the Nasty Boys are the new WCW World Tag Team Champions. The next match was a grudge match. It was Cactus Jack facing off against Yoshi Kwan with Harley Race in his corner. This was only a 3-minute match. Cactus Jack gives the double arm DDT to Yoshi Kwan. 1, 2, 3. This was a total squash match afterwards. Cactus Jack gives Harley Race a suplex. He takes the bag that like Harley Race and Vader had, and then Cactus Jack challenges Vader to a match for Halloween Havoc. The next match was for the big gold belt. It was Rick Rude facing off against Ric Flair, who had the big gold belt. Originally, this was for the NWA World Championship, but WCW succeeded from the dropped out of the NWA a few weeks prior to this. And the reasons why, because they did not approve of the title change for Rick Rude from Ric Flair and stuff like that. And this was a classic 30-minute match. Ric Flair had in his corner Fifi, which was his maid. It's a classic 30-minute match, back and forth, back and forth. Rick Rude wins. Well, he puts in the figure 4 leg lock. Ric Flair puts Rick Rude in the figure 4 leg lock. Rick Rude hits Flair with a pass of brass knuckles, and Rude pins him 1, 2, 3. Becomes the new champion of the big gold belt, which he could have been the NWA World Champion, but WCW did not. NWA did not know about this title change, so they dropped that. They told WCW they didn't want that title change, and WCW dropped out of the NWA for good. And the last match was the War Games Match Beyond 8-man tag in a double ring steel cage match. It was Sting, Davey Boy Smith, Dustin Rhodes, and the Shockmaster with Road Warrior Hawk in their corner, which was originally going to be Road Warrior Hawk as the 4th member, but he got injured, facing off against Vader, who was the WCW champion at the time, with Harley Race, Sid Vicious, with Colonel Rob Parker, and Harlem Heat, Kane, and Cole. Dustin Rhodes was a U.S. champion as well. And the War Games, this was about 17-18 minutes. This was not the best War Games of all time. The ending had the Shockmaster give Cole the bear hug, and Cole gave up and stuff, and it was very, very awful in my opinion. This was an awful war, one of the worst War Games of all time. The overall Fall Brawl pay-per-view card, I give it a solid B because of the 2 matches with Ric Flair and Ravishing Rick Rude, and also the tag team match between the Nasty Boys and Paul Roma and Arn Anderson, and Lord Steven Regal and Ricky Dragon Steamboat for the TV title were pretty good, but the rest of the card was, some of these matches kind of belong on the WCW Saturday Night, in my opinion, and stuff, or a feature match on Worldwide. Some of them should not have been on pay-per-view. And that's about it on that. That's about it on these video blogs. Tomorrow, you're going to get 3 more video blogs. One will be about Fall Brawl 1994, and 2 others will be surprises. I won't tell you which ones. They'll be surprises. Keep calm, everybody, and I'm a Julie Brennan guy. Molly Rosenblatt, a Fox 35 rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart is so stunning. Amy Swenzy rocks. And in the words of Dickie Ackroyd, Junior Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Great America, the more, the merrier. Good night. See you tomorrow.